Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of content coming out for you guys every single week. We don't want you to miss a thing. Our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips and support are highly appreciated. It's only going to go towards making the channel better. We're hoping to add a lot more games to the channel, such as roulette, video keno, video poker, carnival games, things along those lines. We just want to do it right, which is going to be very expensive, so it's going to take some time. You could help us out if you wanted to. If not, no big deal. We appreciate you guys just tuning in, but if you're curious about it, go ahead and check the description down below this video on the patronage. And for our patrons, we do hope you are appreciating those patron-only exclusive videos we're putting out for you guys every single week. If you have anything you'd like to see, just email us on the site. We're more than happy to film it for you. As for the rest of you, please continue tuning in. We have, like I said, a ton of content coming out. And if you have any suggestions, questions, strategies, anything related to craps, baccarat, blackjack, pai gow, casinos, Vegas in general, just go ahead and shoot us an email at sincityliving@gmail.com. We absolutely love to shoot these videos for you guys. It is our favorite thing to do. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's video. So for this strategy, this video, and we've discussed this in the past. It's been a while, so I get questions on it every so often. I wanted to touch on it again. We're going to look at the field. We're going to discuss the field a little bit, and discuss whether or not you want to play the field. And it's entirely up to you. You do whatever it is you wish to do. I'm just going to talk a little bit about it and let you make your own decisions on it. So the field is going to pay in every single one of these numbers. Now, one of the first things to look at when you're at the table is take a look at the 12. Does it say like this, pays double, or does it say pays triple? I generally don't play on a double pay table. I usually play on a triple pay table. I just see no need to sacrifice that tiny little bit of additional odds, additional payout that I may get. So that's one of the first things I look at. But all these numbers, see, the thing about the field to me is probably the most brilliant bet that whoever came up with this game devised. Because that right there looks like a fantastic bet. People look at that and go 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, 5, 6, 8 are the only ones that's not on there because people don't think about the 7 because nobody's rooting for 7. So you go, there's 3 numbers not on there and there's 7 numbers that are on there. Man, this is a fantastic bet. Because they don't understand the math of it. Most people don't understand the math of it. So this is a very illusionary bet. It was a brilliant bet. Whoever came up with it, absolutely brilliant. This particular bet has probably made casinos idiotic amounts of money. Especially amongst people that don't play dice and don't know how. Because all these numbers, when you calculate out how many different ways there are to roll the numbers that are in here, 16. There's 16 ways for each to land in the field. There's 16 combinations of the dice that account for one of these field numbers. How many total combinations of the dice are there? 36. So there are 16 ways for this to win. There are 20 ways for it to lose. Okay. Now, that sounds bad, and that's something that dealers will point out to people is, 16 ways to win, 20 ways to lose, as if they're trying to discourage people from playing it. Now, I'm not going to say that I don't, because there are some times where I may try and discourage someone from playing it, or at least educate them a little bit more, but not because it's their strategy, but because somebody else is trying to tell them what to bet. There's another player at the table saying, you need to bet the field, you need to bet the field. Look at all those numbers. Field bet's a great bet. You got to bet the field. That's the only bet I ever play. Then I'm going to educate the person they're talking to, because I certainly don't want someone else trying to tell somebody to make a bet that is not the greatest bet out there. Not as their primary bet. Is it the worst bet? Not at all. Is it a bad bet? Not particularly. 4 ways to win, 5 ways to lose, if you condense it down, break it all down, is not terrible, but problems with the field, 1, it pays even money. Except for the 2 and 12, but those are 2 of the 36 combinations of the dice. So somewhere around like 5% chance, about 1 in 20 chance that 1 in 18 technically, chance of either one of those hitting. So they're extremely rare. People get all excited. They start screaming and cheering and yelling when a 12 rolls. And I'm looking at them like, well, you just lost $90 in the field. You were net negative $90 and you just won $30 and you're cheering and screaming. I don't know why. I'd be happy, but I wouldn't be cheering and screaming because I'm still down. So the field, because it pays even money, it's one of the few bets on the table that pays even money. So it's one of the reasons I don't like it as your primary betting strategy. But again, it's not terrible odds. That 4 ways to win, 5 ways to lose. Well, every bet in the casino, except for odds back there, every way of playing in the casino has a house edge. At no point do the odds favor the player on a bet. Sure, pass line bet, the odds favored on the come out roll, but overall in the entirety of the game, the odds most definitely do not favor it. It favors the house. So every bet favors the house. So this whole 16 ways to win, 20 ways to lose thing, that's not a great reason to not play the field. There's far worse bets and far worse odds out there, but you have to remember that it does pay even money, and it is a one roll bet. There's so many bets in craps that will stay up for multiple rolls of the dice and will pay more than you bet. So, it's up to you if you want to bet a one roll bet that either wins and loses right then and there and only pays you even money. Entirely up to you. But you definitely want to keep that in mind. If the field is your only betting strategy, all you do is you bet the field, even if it's not every roll, but if you just bet the field when you have a feeling, the odds are most definitely against you. And again, it pays even money. So you need to catch just a fantastic stroke of luck. I have seen people win thousands playing the field. Now, they're betting thousands, but I have seen people hit big in the field, have some amazing streaks. Guy comes up, buys in for $1,000, says, screw it, puts 500 in the field, rolls a 12 right away. Cool. He waits a couple rolls, slaps 1,000 down the field with 2 rolls. I have seen it. Absolutely seen somebody pull something like this and buy in for like 1,000 and win like 14,000 on the field. That same player over the next 2 days lost 16,000. They gave that 14,000 back plus the rest of whatever bankroll they brought to Vegas, continuing to chase what was just a blindingly insane run of luck, thinking that, oh wow, this is easy. I did it once, I can do it again. It was that run of luck they had is a once a year kind of thing. So you can't really chase. You have to understand how the field works. And if it is your primary betting strategy and you play craps on a semi-regular basis, you're going to be down. You're just going to be down. It's not a bet that is going to sit there and win a ton of money. It's not even something like you can do with place bets where you can press your bets. Sure, you can press your field bets, and I see people that will do a let it ride, stuff like that. But again, it's a one roll bet. If I have a place bet of a 6 and I press my 6 and a 6 doesn't roll the next roll, I don't lose my press. It's still there. But if I have a field bet and I press it up and now say a 5 rolls, I lost that press. Now I can either bet again at a larger amount or I have to go back down. It's kind of like the dice regress you for your own on their own, regress your bets for you. So that is a major weak point of the field as well. That whole one roll bet thing. And now, of course, people can do say martingales, the martingale, where you just double your bet every single time until you finally win. Sure, that sounds fantastic. That sounds like it's a surefire, can't miss. There's a reason that is allowed. There's a reason that nobody even blinks when we see a martingale player. In fact, we usually laugh about it. People that do martingale systems, be it on place bets, on the field, on the don't pass or don't come. If they have a player's card, then we all know who the player is, and it's definitely something like, oh, hey, look, it's the progressive guy, it's the martingale guy, and we just laugh about it because when that. The martingale players, they're only winning like $10, $15 every single roll. They usually color up, $100, $200 profit. But when they lose thousands. And then it takes them another 6 months to break even again, playing the same system. And then they lose thousands again. The martingale systems, they're not surefire guaranteed ways to win. They most definitely can lose. And the thing about the martingale systems is the amount that you lose when you hit table max and can no longer chase this bet, the amount that you lose at table max is so much higher than the amount that you win on your martingale that it takes you an unreal amount of time to make back up your lost point. So martingale systems, not the best idea. But there are other smaller systems people do. Maybe they wait until there's been 3 no field rolls, then they start the martingale system. Okay, that's not terrible, but it's the gambler's fallacy as well, that the previous rolls impact the odds of the subsequent rolls. It doesn't work that way. If you know that you need 9 no field rolls in order to hit table max and lose thousands of dollars, and you figure, well, if I wait until there's been 3 rolls in a row with no field numbers, then that means that it would be 12 rolls in a row. What are the odds of that happening? No, once you start betting, that starts your 9 rolls thing, and most definitely can happen, and it most definitely does happen. So again, martingale's not the best. I know one guy that his entire theory is looking for 3 rolls. That's all he's looking for. First one hits, he presses. Second one hits, stacks it up. Third one hits, he collects. And he takes it all down, except for one. Right? So, where's he at? He's $700 up. Right? And his idea is that all you have to do is catch a decent little streak where it works for you a few times, and then you're up a few hundred, go away. Because that's the thing, go away. Take your winnings and run. But I've actually kept count many times, many shifts when I was just kind of bored, not much going on, just some standard place bets, nobody pressing anything, where I kept track and tried to see how many times 3 field numbers hit in a row versus how many times it didn't. And most definitely that strategy would lose more often than it's going to win. But that's, again, all strategies. So when it comes to the field, it's entirely up to you. I use it as an addition to my game. It's kind of a fun thing. To me, the field is a side bet. I have my strategy, how I'm going to play for the night. Usually power press, but I might do mid press, or I might just do the inside. Just depends. And I may bet the field every so often, but to me it's a side bet. It's something to enhance my enjoyment of the game, just like a horn bet or Cini or something like that. Hard ways, which I'll do parlays on. They're not primary parts of my strategy. They're just additions, extra fun things. So I hope you guys find this interesting, enlightening, illuminating, or just plain fun. Thank you very much for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.